Hello, I am Ellen Kleckner, the Executive Director of the Iowa Ceramic Center and Glass Studio, and I am here today to talk with you a little bit about our current exhibition, UnComfort. UnComfort is an exhibition that was curated by our resident artists, Max and Riley. It was originally exhibited at Central College this fall, and in the summer, Riley and Max put a challenge together to our resident artists to come up with a new way of exploring making work in their studio. They simply challenged us to think about making work out of our comfort zone. So the exhibition, which is a really great viewpoint of all of our different resident artists, features a piece that is from what we'd established their comfort level. So the spaces and forms and surfaces that they are familiar with, that are tried and true, and that we might even be able to call sort of their signature style. And then there's a piece from each artist in this exhibition as well, from a space of uncomfort. And the idea of uncomfort was established by the individual artist. So for some people it was about the surface, some people it was about changing their firing temperature, their form, their material, but really it's not a place of negativity, which sometimes we think of uncomfort as being a negative space, but rather it's a place of challenge and a space of growth. And it's a really timely subject currently, especially when this work was made this summer at a time when I think there was even more uncertainty about what it looked like to be in this world, especially as an artist with changing times, because there are certain circumstances now with COVID and things have just really changed and evolved even for us as a center in our community, but it also, I think, established some space for creative growth. I know especially for the Iowa Ceramic Center, we've been trying consistently new programming that we would never have tried before. And it's been a really great thing. And at the end of the day, we're going to come out a much even stronger organization because of this time. And I think artistically, for a lot of our resident artists, it was really a time to kind of focus in their studio and to think through how they can take on a challenge of uncomfort to really push them to new spaces. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this exhibition and just give you a little taste of each of the resident artists' work, and really encourage you to come in and see this in person over the next month. It's going to be it's a pretty wonderful show. The first artist that we're going to be looking at is Molly. Molly, actually, her comfort pieces are these large plates that she painted on the surface with underglaze, and then has a clear glaze over the top. And this is an area that she's really developed a nice skill in her surface work and in the use of underglazes. Molly ended up actually taking some of those skills and the brushwork skills that she has, but applying them to paper. So this is some gardenias that she drew, and for Molly, I think there's a lot of memory tied in to these flowers and memories of her grandmother, and I think they're really lovely, but the surface is great, and I actually am really excited to see Molly's next steps and maybe taking this sort of treatment back onto the ceramic surface. The next person that we have in this exhibition is Max. Max, actually, this is his uncomfort piece. I'll walk over here to see his comfort piece. His comfort piece is actually from his exhibition last year, which was this really great ceramic form, but it's all has cone 10 high fire glazes on it. And in Max Uncomfort Challenge, he actually went ahead and used paint on his ceramic surfaces. And he used mostly, I think, a combination of spray paints and it's kind of the idea of maybe bringing in different colors, different surfaces to these familiar ceramic forms. It's quite lovely, and I'm really excited to see it. Max has actually told me that this will be a direction that his resident artist exhibition goes in, which will be really neat. So after that, we have Aaron Mosley, who's an artist here at the Iowa Ceramic Center. His comfort piece were these beautiful jars. Aaron's a really skilled ceramicist, and especially on the wheel. So these are, I believe, from a wood fire, and you can see his skill and his consistency. And Aaron's really has a great knowledge of firing. So for him, this was a really good example of what he does and is known for as an artist. And his UnComfort piece here is this really sweet, funny little, I find it has a lot of humor to it, this little piggy bank. And this jar actually, I believe Aaron even used spray paint as a finish on this as well. So to really establish, kind of trying to bring color in a different way, and this was fired in an electric kiln, so for him kind of really going in a new direction and a playful direction too. Next up we have Hank. Hank has established these gorgeous, gorgeous pots from atmospheric firings. They're large, they undulate, and the surface is just gorgeous on these. And over here, you can see that we have Hank tried a large form as well, but then actually went into the realm of underglaze. And you can see that just a straight electric firing for him was actually a really new thing. So very different between his UnComfort and his comfort pieces. We also have Riley McManus. So Riley has these wonderful, whimsical little forms that are thrown and then altered into a figurative shape. And then over here, this is his UnComfort piece. So Riley really scaled it up, and he went into a more realistic figurative form. And actually all of these slabs are thrown by hand, and then he altered them. So it's a mix of hand building and throwing. It's really a striking space. Then we have Alex. Alex, these are some of her wonderful shapes and forms that have the Be Gentle writing on them. And actually you can see these she has a really great Etsy shop, and these are some well-established forms for her. And Alex actually decided to go to the wall and do totally sculptural. And these really gorgeous forms that actually were hand-built. And then she put a lot of time into the surface decoration of these. And so I know for her, going on the wall was a big space to explore, and then also getting out of function and kind of just into the space of making more sculptural work. My work itself, this is a comfort piece for me, which involves the combination of wood and ceramics, and it's a pretty tight fit with that the dovetail joint, and it's work that you can see that I've been working on for over the years. I'm really kind of honing this craft of combining the two, clay and wood. And so for me, I still establish the ceramic and wood together, but my challenge was to sort of scale up. This is my shovel, and to really be able to work at a larger scale and to try to work a little bit more interpretively with the wood. So rather than it having to be an exact replica of a shovel, I was going for more of the feeling and the form. I do have this weighted with a ceramic wedge that mimics a landscape. And so the ceramic is now actually supporting the wood structure rather than it being more sort of seamlessly integrated. So once again, please come ahead and check out our exhibition. It's be up for the entire month of February. It's a pretty incredible show, and everyone put some really wonderful time and effort into creating their new UnComfort piece, as well as seeing some of the established comfort pieces. I think it's a really great opportunity to see also where all of these artists will be going in the future. Thank you again for watching.
Good. Hi, my name's Hank. These are my comfort pieces. All these were fired in wood-fired kilns. This one was fired at my undergrad at the University of Iowa. This was the first pot I made that really got me into pottery. The colors on it were pretty spectacular, and I kind of wanted to chase that throughout my career now. These two pots over here were made at Kansas. They were fired in a big anagama kiln, and they also got some really crazy surfaces. Crazy surfaces are kind of what I'm looking for in my pots. So this is my UnComfort piece. Clearly very different, using underglaze and low fired in an electric kiln. That's something I'm very not comfortable with because it relies on my skills with a brush and color theory and stuff like that. I like to leave my work up to the kiln gods, and yeah.